Thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Scorpio might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for June 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless, so whether you come across this right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. And if you feel like it doesn't completely resonate with you, remember that this is just a generalized reading for the entire sun sign of Scorpio, and if you know your other planetary placements, like I mentioned at the beginning of the intro, then you can listen to your other signs for additional messages. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Scorpio and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Scorpio for June 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Scorpio for June 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Scorpio for June 2020? Maybe two more times. All right, one more. All right, so I'm going to divide these into 3 stacks. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, the card on the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Okay, so this card is the overall energy for your reading. And as we go through your spread, hold on, is that just too bright, isn't it? Yeah. As we go through your spread, I'm going to show you how this card is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading as well. Okay, now the Strength card talks about, drawing on that inner reserve you have, finding out what you're really made of, just becoming a little fierce, so to speak. Okay, so now for those of you who are new here, I do 4 columns. The first column pertains to you, what you may recently have been dealing with, things you're currently dealing with, and things and opportunities, people, and options that are coming towards you. The second column is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, your soulmate, your karmic partner, your beloved, your intended. This could be your divine counterpart, might be somebody you just met. However, it's usually the person that you're thinking of the most when you first wake up in the morning, and the one that you think of at night when you're falling asleep. Okay. The third column is about obstacles, challenges, things that are blocking us from achieving what it is we want and desire. And it's also about our anxieties and inner fears. The last column is about outcome. Okay. Okay, so when we get to your column, we have the Sun as well as the Ace of Swords, and this tells me that you're going to have quite a bit of success coming up in the month of June. There's going to be a lot of new beginnings, and any endeavor that you decide that you are going to take on, you're going to find that you're very successful with this. No matter what it is, luck is on your side, the sun is shining on you, and whatever, like I said, whatever it is that you're going to be taking on, you're going to find that everything just seems to fall into place for you almost effortlessly. There's going to be a lot of new growth and new opportunity that is coming for you in June. Now, as far as your partner goes, this is unusual. We have the Justice card as well as the Judgment card. So your person, this just screams legal justice system. Your person may have recently been dealing with something in court, could be family court, criminal court, whatever. or it could just be that they've had to make some very major life changes and decisions that affect every single thing in their life. And as far as this card goes, if you're, since this is a love reading, it could mean that they are making the decision of whether they are going to be entertaining a reconciliation. Okay. Now, when we get to obstacles and challenges and things that are blocking you, we have the Four of Wands, which is what it is you want. And the things that you're concerned about is this Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups tells me that there's a lot of other things that are going on. If you look at this card really closely, it talks about overindulgence. It talks about just too much of everything, too much. And it could be that you're afraid of maybe your partner has other options that are coming up. Remember that these are your anxieties and your inner fears. It doesn't necessarily mean something that is actually happening and occurring. It could mean that, if you focus on it too much, you can actually manifest your fears into your life. So be careful and recognize whether it's actually something that you need to be concerned about and make those changes, or if it is just something that, it's just in the back of your mind that you're worried about. We've all been hurt before. So, sometimes that is always there, especially starting a new relationship, or if you are in a reconciliation with one of your partners from your past, you may find that, you're still thinking about things from the past that may have hurt you. In your outcome, you have this King of Wands as well as the Empress, and this means that this King of Wands finds you as someone who is very, very beautiful, sensual, feminine, attractive, educated, and they are someone that you find very sensual and passionate, and there is a lot of this physical attraction that is going on back and forth. Now, in situations like that, you might really need to draw on this Strength card, because if that is all you have in a relationship, it may not be what is exactly best for you in a relationship. The problems can get, blanketed over by whether, how much attraction and physical sensuality is going on, and you are not really seeing the problems for what they are. After a while, you get more used to that, and then the problems start to pop up. Okay. Now, back to your column. Okay, now I laid out 4 rows with 2 cards in each row. I'm going to do that 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. So by the time we get to the end of your spread, we have a pretty good idea about what's going on for June. Now, in your column, we have the Hierophant as well as the 7 of Pentacles. In your partner's card, we have that Star, and we have that King of Swords. In your obstacles and challenges, we have the 3 of Wands as well as the Emperor. And in the outcome, we have the 8 of Pentacles as well as the King of Cups. So when we get back over here, and we were talking about, that new beginning, and your partner was also having that situation where they are talking about reconciliation and starting over and things. This shows me that you are taking this relationship very, very seriously, and that you are putting everything you have into it, and you are nurturing and planting those seeds and hoping to grow. You see, he's taking very, very good care of these plants and making sure that they have everything that they need in order to prosper and to grow and to grow into something that is worthwhile. So your partner, even after, they've just had this reconciliation card and, making the decision of whether that is what they want to do. Of course, here comes the Star, which tells us about, brand new beginnings, starting over, putting yourself out there, making yourself vulnerable. And this is the chance that they are going to take, but at the same time, you are finding that they are somewhat guarded, and they also are very aware of issues that are from the past and things that they are going to tolerate and not going to tolerate in this brand new beginning that they're starting over with, which is good because everybody needs those boundaries. So in your obstacles and challenges, we have this Three of Wands as well as the Emperor. Now you just got the Empress earlier, as far as the way your partner is viewing you. So this is how you are viewing your partner, as the Emperor, as someone who has their stuff together and really knows exactly what it is that you need to do. And you're both putting your efforts into this relationship, so you can't just sit back and just let one side of the relationship do all the work. You can't just be here like this guy and just wait for everything to come to you. It's a 50-50 effort, and you have to put yourself out there as well. Your partner has that star card, and they are putting themselves out there and making themselves vulnerable. This is something that you need to do as well. Okay, when we get to your outcome, we have this King of Cups, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. And so while you were so steady working on this relationship, Scorpio, here you are as the King of Cups. You know, whether you are male or female, the tarot has no gender, all right? And this could be any particular person. Don't get hung up on the gender of the cards. It's about the energy that these cards project. And this King of Cups is about somebody who is sensitive and loving and giving and loyal, but they still have a lot of self-respect about themselves. And you know, this is showing me again, you know, you had the Seven of Pentacles earlier, and here you are at the Eight. You're nurturing, you're taking care of things, and you are really committed to seeing it through. You're doing everything that you need to do in order to make this situation work to what is best for everyone involved. All right, so when we get to your last set of 4 cards, we have the Fool as well as the World. Okay. And that's pretty amazing. All right, and then when we get to your partner, we have the Page of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Swords. And your obstacles and challenges are the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And your outcome, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so, you know, after the World, the Fool is the very next card. So this tells me that you've completed this journey of inner growth, spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and that you know, you've learned from your lessons, and you are ready and able to begin this new journey of reconciliation with this partner again. And you're pretty much just going to disregard the things from your past, recognize that it is from your past, and not let it interfere with the things that you want from your future. All right, so we have this Page of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Swords. So these are some things that your partner is going to, you know, mention to you, okay? They may have felt very hurt and betrayed in their past, and they are going to communicate to you exactly what this means to them and where it lays in our lives within your new relationship, and that we're going to have to, you know, work on these things to ensure that these hurts and betrayals and things like that don't happen again. All right, they're not going into it blindly, okay? All right, so when we get to your obstacles and challenges, well, we have this Queen of Cups, and we have the Six of Swords. Now remember, these are you know, your challenges. These are your fears and anxieties. And the Queen of Cups tells me that, yes, you're feeling a little more loving. You're feeling a little more playful. You're especially sensitive right now and emotional. And you're not afraid to step out there, but inside of you, there's still a part of you that remembers the reasons why you left previously. And you know, sometimes you get a little scared, that cold feet thing going on, and it makes you want to run away from the situation. But that's not good. You know, you're both making this effort where you're going to take this seriously. There's a lot of lessons that have been learned, and this reconciliation seems as if, or reads as if, it's going to be something that's very, very good for the both of you. And you're going to find that as you continue to grow your new relationship, and as you decide that you are going to move forward with this relationship, that this is going to provide a lot of opportunities for this new growth for you as you both enter into this new life, as you go through this little archway with all that the universe is handing you. But it didn't come without a lot of self-growth, a lot of hard work, a lot of enlightenment, and finding yourself on the receiving end of a lot of unconditional love, as well as the unconditional love that you are providing for your partner. Now I'm going to go ahead and just pull a couple more little cards out of here, just randomly, just reach in here and pull this one, and we have the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man talks about, you know, situations that are pretty much stagnant. Sometimes you might feel as if you are stuck. Sometimes it might make you feel like you can go no more. But the thing about the Hanged Man and the little story that goes along with it, the more that you struggle and fight this, the tighter this becomes. If you just hang there, you know, and wait it out, you know, something usually comes along and helps to free you from the situation. But the more you struggle and the more you fight it, the more that you will find that it's difficult for you. So what this card is saying as regards to this particular reading is, even though you feel like, you know, what you really want this relationship to rekindle and to grow, you're feeling as if you may be afraid that you're going to find yourself stuck in the same situations that you were. This is where the Fool comes in, and this tells me that while you have to realize, you know, that you did complete your cycle, and you did, you know, you did move through all the lessons that you needed to learn. This is a brand new beginning, so don't fight the process. You know, just enjoy the time that you have with your partner, and find that growth that's in there. And the next card we're pulling out is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is all about that energy. It's all about, you know, moving quickly. It's, you know, seizing that opportunity and moving forward. And that is your reading for June 2020, Scorpio, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I just want to take a second and tell you guys thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. And I will be back here in another week or so with your June mid-monthlies, along with a couple of other little things I've got going on. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.